Ladies and gentlemen, your following contest is the Eruption 20 semi-main event of the evening. This one brought to you by national security provider. 3 by 3 minute rounds in a 74-kilogram catch weight. First of all, fighting out of the blue corner, trained by Narong Panprakon at a Sakpilachai Muay Thai with an official weight of 73.7 kilograms. He's had 48 fights, 28 wins, 3 draws, 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Sydney, New South Wales, the Dingo, Jayy Tonkin. And across the ring is his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, trained by Mark Pease out of the Strikeforce gym with an official weight of 74 kilograms even. 30 fights, 21 wins, 6 wins coming by way of knockout. From Shepparton, now hailing from the Gold Coast, he is the WMC Queensland Super Middleweight Champion, James Sweet as Honey. When the action begins, your main in charge, Mr. Wayne Mead.
Well, this is going to be something special. James Honey, Jayy Tonkin. Jayy Tonkin, 48 fights, but he is a well-travelled, well-experienced fighter. And James Honey, 30 fights, and really hitting his straps of late as well, getting some good wins, Honey. But this is going to be certainly a big test for him against Jayy Tonkin. Tonkin has fought all over the place. He's fought on Max Muay Thai, Fair Fight in Russia, Toyota Marathon, All-Star Fighting. This guy has been well-travelled and has fought the best. He's an understated fighter, but I think tonight he's going to showcase some great skills. James Honey, this is certainly going to be a big test for him. Yeah, Daddy Cool.
Definitely, Hammer. Jayy Tonkin's been representing Australia. In total, he's been in Thailand for 7 years. He's fought, Sikdams, Saksarin. He's fought these top level Thais. Fought all over the world. James Honey's been chipping away in Australia and having some big wins, Hammer. He's been getting some good knockouts. He's a very classy fighter. It's a big step up, but he is definitely not in deep water here. This is going to be an absolute cracker.
Well, the fight certainly worthy of being our semi-main event of the evening. Coming up as our main event, Rocky Odgen and Van Fan. But first, let's get this one out of the way, and folks, you're in for something special. We've got to do a quick shout out to the Aussie Hotel in Shepparton. They're in the house supporting here. They're supporting their local boy, James Honey. So the Aussie Hotel, Shepparton. Thanks for your support. We love you guys. Well, Honey certainly with the height and reach advantage there, and he has good boxing skills. He's got to, I think, showcase them, keep it at range. If he turns this one into a clinch war, I think Tonkin's he's got a low center of gravity. He's a tough, powerful fighter with a strong base, and he's going to really work Honey and fatigue him in the clinch, I feel. So perhaps a good strategy from that man on screen now, James Honey, is to stick on the outside. Probably make it more of a kickboxing fight rather than a Thai clinch war.
We've seen him knock a lot of opponents down with his left hand. Big, powerful shot. But, Jay's worn very big punches. He's got a good fight IQ. I've been, in Democoli's here for a while to get him up to Queensland, and we've got him here now.
Excellent work, Daddy Cool. Mark the Hammer Castellini with Dane, Daddy Cool, Bechamia. Calling the action in our semi-main event, Eruption number 20. And a big shout out to all my crew at Hammer's Gym in Melbourne that I know are tuning in watching this with great interest. Ooh,
cheeky left hook.
How's the fire coming already from the hands of Tonkin. He's fast with his switching as well. Honey, just the low push kick, just disrupting technique. Nice check.
Yeah, no stranger to a fight. James Honey took a fight in France, way heavier than his usual weight. Took for experience, went over there, didn't get the win.
Of course, Honey, formerly from Victoria, now based on the Gold Coast. And he's done great things since he's partnered with Mark Pease and the Strikeforce team.
Yeah,
the big one too.
They love him here at Eruption. I don't think he's lost his. You see a nice sneaky elbow straight through the middle from Jayy Tonkin.
1-2, drops down, but Tonkin's got a really good guard on him. Just a picture of composure. Nuggety Jayy Tonkin, the dingo. Hooks in, and this is where Tonkin's going to want to have it. He's happy to be in that clinch.
Yeah, you just see he's got those good underguards, good balance. Just picked him up off the ropes. He's a real deal, Jayy Tonkin.
Seen him last night at the weigh-in at Nuggets Gym, and geez, he looked very focused and intent to make a statement here tonight.
Big body kick from the blue corner. Good to be back. He's happy to be back in the ring, is Jay. Got some good team behind him now. So we see Honey super sharp with his attacks.
Quick jab. Switches now. Change of stance. Honey goes from orthodox to southpaw. Back to orthodox again. Looking for the downward elbow. Oh, eats the jab, does Tonkin. Fast lead hand from James Honey. Switch kick misses. Counter kick from Honey. He's got to watch. He's got to be careful going forward, Tonkin, because Honey's looking for that step-up elbow off the lead. So he doesn't want to run into that getting on the way in. So obviously the strategy from the Strikeforce team is to keep control of that range and not let Tonkin come in. And when he comes in, make sure he runs into something on the way in. Nice body shot from Honey.
As you see Jay roll one over the top, just shy. Good opening round for both boys. But beautiful work indeed from James Honey and Tonkin as well, showing some good resolve. In the clinch, he looked really solid, looked like a concrete pole in the clinch there, Tonkin. But Honey, very fluid in his movement and doing some good things on the outside. Look for that downward elbow, way off range, but the jab. And that's really, you know, if I was in the corner of Honey, I'd say, look, keep to that long punching, really frustrate Tonkin and wait for him to make a mistake by controlling the range, perhaps. Definitely, he's got those good long sharp punches. We've seen him knock down people before. Jay's putting his hands forward and ducking his head down. So you're right, Hammer, with that, looking for that elbow on the way in.
Looking for the elbow, and you know, the uppercut is also a good contingency to that cross guard on the outside. And
the dingo will pick it up in this round, but
Jayy Tonkin in the blue, James Sweet as he's in the red. James Honey circles away. Controls. Look at that. That's that step elbow I was talking about. He's got to be careful going in, Tonkin. He's got the hooks. He's got the underhooks. A little bit of MMA commentary there. Just throwing it in for you, Daddy Cool. So I'll do that too. The switch body kick off the lead. Again, Tonkin.
And the second one blocked there by Honey.
Honey, snappy jab, low kick. Downward elbow. So he's going to skip up with that downward elbow. If he gets his range on it, that's going to be a problem for Tonkin.
Some good striking there from the blue corner.
There's that cross guard again. When he puts that cross guard, nice step up knee. When he puts that cross guard on Tonkin, Honey's going to look to crack over the top of it with that downward elbow. Solid left hand.
Switching stance well.
He
Sweet
does.
as Honey, yeah.
He's actually really refined his switch hitting game, James Honey. Very impressive.
Beautiful body kicks from Jayy Tonkin, Dingo. As Honey comes and he gets a nice poppy jab in his zone.
Tonkin shows he can box it up as well. Nice straight left. Looks to step through.
Great left hook there by the Dingo.
Hook up in front of our commentary position. Wayne Mead keeping an eye on proceedings, breaks them, keeps them busy. Solid turning left hook, Tonkin.
Yeah, I'd like to see him follow it up. Hammer, if he big loop and left hook, but it's a single shot. If he comes through with the right hand, he might catch Honey napping.
It's always good to combine your punching. The one shot you're going to throw that you think is going to hit probably never does. It's the second or third. I found Daddy Cool. When you're in the flow, it's the punch that you don't always prepare for. That's the one that catches your opponent. The one you have the most intent with often doesn't land, unless you're Junior Taffa and then just right hand going to punch everyone down.
And Jayy just wearing a couple of punches there from James Honey.
Chopping low, Tonkin. But Honey, when it comes to the boxing, catch him, throws him down. And the face of Tonkin is looking a little bit weathered now. He's looking a little bit confounded.
Nice rolling right hand there from Tonkin.
Tonkin go back to the 101 strategy when a shorter fighter fights a taller fighter. What are they got to do, Daddy Cool?
Chop their legs, chop their body.
Chop the legs, chop the body, and then throw that overhand right. Throw that overhand right all day. Let's go pub brawl style.
He had a good chin there, James Honey. He wore a very big right hand, as we talked about just then. Didn't even blink. Dusted it off and finished the end of that round strong.
And it's been great seeing James Honey really hit his straps. Have a look at that. Stepping, rolling right elbow, switching stance, hits with the left hand. And the 1-2, beautifully done. Look at that short hook. Just pinging the head of Tonkin is Honey.
Yeah, very accurate
Caught
with
the
those
kick,
punches.
Threw him down, lifted the leg, took him down.
Strong round from the red corner.
James Honey doing well. Tonkin, good reserve. He's an experienced fighter, so you can never write him off. His resume, as we have in front of us, is quite extensive. The Dingo Jayy Tonkin, and I'm enjoying watching his fight style.
It'll be a long time, I guess, since Jayy's fought a 3-rounder as well.
Yep.
Used to a 5-round fight. James Honey, a regular on Eruption, so he's fought the 3 rounds. He knows to be on his bike.
He's got a lightning fast switch lead kick, Tonkin, too. I'm really appreciative of that. I love his switch lead. But look at that. Honey picks it up, throws him to the ground. Turning left hook, Honey.
Yeah, big, powerful body kicks from Tonkin, both sides. Hammer is...
Tell you what, version 2 of James Honey is very impressive indeed. Is the all-new James Honey, and he's doing a good job. They've turned him out a treat, the Strikeforce team. Credit to Mark Pease and his crew, turning hook. But I suppose Honey training alongside Jaden Enyard and co is only going to get better with each training session. Look at that lead elbow again and again. And that's what I spoke of earlier, Daddy Cool. As Tonkin goes in, they've worked the counter strategy to throw that lead elbow, catches the kick, throws him down. James Honey is just growing in confidence as each second of this fight goes on.
Also the
solid left.
Also the other addition, Chad Collins to the set, Strikeforce gym. So
the Strikeforce fighters are just
great crew at the moment.
A force to be reckoned with.
So we see Jayy just getting dangerous with his head, walking into those, could be elbows from Honey. And Honey finishing this round strong, Hammer.
Oh, definitely. He's caught the kick, he's thrown Tonkin down, he's landed that left hand, he's looking for that left elbow. The solid game plan that they've employed, the Strikeforce crew, is working a treat. And James Honey is executing it to perfection. Tonkin is having a hard night at the office here at Eruption 20. Downward elbow, turning it round elbow. Yeah, Honey locking up the body of Tonkin now.
He's scoring out those big body kicks, Jayy, but Honey's walking straight through him. He's coming in with some more shots of his own, so...
What does Tonkin have to do here, Daddy Cool, to turn this one around?
I think he needs to look... We need a knockdown from the blue corner, I guess, just to... It's a very even contest, but, yeah, I think he needs a knockdown to steal this one.
I think they're rolling... I'd say give the overhand right a go, really step in and roll that overhand, put the left hook behind it. But he's got to really try and break range, Tonkin. But Honey just looking to step through with that elbow. Jab, right round elbow from Honey. He's throwing everything with bad intentions, is James. Sweet as Honey.
Growing in confidence, and his corner's very animated. They're sensing a win here, Hammer.
Tell you what, James Honey, if he can take the scalp of Jayy Tonkin tonight, that's going to be a big tick in his record.
As I said earlier, he's been chipping away locally, getting some very good wins against some good opponents.
Definitely. Had a win against Nick Trask, Matt Smith twice, and he's happy to trade it up. There it is. What a fight. Absolute brilliant semi-main event tonight.
Yeah, beautiful display at Thai boxing from both boys.
Absolutely. Great, a great battle. And Daddy Cool, how did you score it?
Yeah, it's a very tough effort from Jay, but I'm going to lean the way of the Gold Coast boy. I feel that he was just a lot sharper with his attacks.
Absolutely.
Pressed a lot of pressure. I think he controlled the fight well. Maybe a bit of ring rust from Jay. He's back, which is good to see. He's back with a very, very tough opponent, as we see with Honey. I think he's done enough to win that, Hammer.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there. I think James Honey will get the hand raised in this one, but Tonkin, I'd love to see him back. You know what? I think he had a bit of trouble with the style of James Honey. If you give him, a tie or something like that, it'd be epic to see him. And no doubt we will see him again in Eruption in August. Jayy Tonkin, James Honey, Eruption favourites, no doubt. They'll be back.
Great local
Let's
battle.
go over to one of the Demicoli brothers, the one who's the best looking one of them all, John Demicoli. He's going to make it all official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we've gone to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored the contest 29-28, declaring him a via unanimous points decision. Blue corner, the Dingo, Jayy Tonkin.
Well, Daddy Cool, that's the one that I suppose we didn't see coming.
Yeah, they a lot of big body kicks were landing, very, very powerful shots from Jay. So, the Thais looked at those and he snatched the win.
Well, good work to Jayy Tonkin, and the judges always have the final say.
My man, welcome back to center ring. How does it feel to throw him once again?
Oh, this is, it feels amazing. I never thought I'd get back to this stage. I was in a really bad place. For 2 years, I've been fighting mental battle, and here I am now. You can boo me all you want, but I don't really care.
James Honey, a very, very strong competitor. He took it to you to 3 rounds. I suppose one thing that you can tell the people booing in the crowd is all 3 judges saw it the exact same way.
Oh, yeah, I knew he was going to be tough, especially for my first fight back in 2 years. Tall opponent, big weight, 74, but we can run it back, no worries. He's a great guy and keen to grab a beer after.
Man, it's a very good segue. As I got behind you, Mr. Paul Demicoli from Eruption. Paul, we spoke very briefly on the way into the ring, and you said either way, you'd love to see these boys do it for over 5 rounds.
I would like, ladies and gentlemen, after that performance, I would love to see James Honey rematch Jayy Tonkin on August 21 here, but this time for an Eruption title over 5 rounds, and we'll see who the boss is in centre ring.
A fitting James. I'm sure you'd be very happy with that. And while we're here, I know you want to do a shout out, the Aussie Hotel in Shepparton. All the locals have gathered having frothies and some palmers and watching you back home.
Yeah, thanks everyone back home at the Aussie, they're all watching. Thanks everyone that come up from Shep as well. Obviously the gym, Peasy, Darren, Malcolm, Brent, too many people to name. All my sponsors, thank you very much, I appreciate it.
James, August 21, 5 rounds against this man. That was a tight fight, mate, and I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a good rematch, for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, to your victor, the Dingo Jayy Tonkin.
Well, there you have it. It's a close affair, Daddy Cool. For us, I suppose, from our angle, potentially the red corner, but it was a close one. But promoter Paul Demicoli is going to make it the inevitable. He's going to say, do it over 5. But potentially 5 rounds might actually suit Tonkin better.